across America. Seriously, we are experiencing an acceleration in how we work that's moving way faster than most people realize. There is a massive, completely quiet shift happening across America. Seriously, we are experiencing an acceleration in how we work that's moving way faster than most people realize. AI isn't just hanging out in the background assisting us anymore. It's actually stepping up and replacing human jobs.
Okay, let's dive into this. For decades, whenever we talked about automation, we mostly pictured robotic arms on factory floors, right? But this wave, it's an entirely different beast. White-collar jobs are now firmly in the crosshairs. And honestly, a ton of companies have already started making the switch.
Section 1. AI is already here. We're talking about writing emails, creating videos, answering customer support, analyzing massive data sets, and even writing software. Tasks that used to require entire departments and weeks of back-and-forth coordination, they can now be executed by a single AI system in literal seconds. The speed of this adoption is basically rewiring the modern workplace overnight.
Section 2. The quiet layoff wave.
This is driving a pretty silent pattern across tech, media, and finance. Companies are quietly reducing their human workforces while simultaneously ramping up their AI investments. Now, what's really interesting about this comparison is looking at it strictly from an executive business operations standpoint. The math is brutally simple. On side A, the human worker needs sleep, occasionally gets burned out, and, rightfully takes vacations. But over on side B, the AI system never sleeps, never complains, and absolutely never takes time off. It's a hyper-efficient pivot for any executive looking to slash their operating costs.
But, that clinical business logic leads us directly to one very pressing question. What happens to millions of workers? If companies just keep prioritizing the relentless efficiency of side B over the humanity of side A, where does the everyday workforce actually go? To answer that, we really need to understand exactly which jobs are caught in the crosshairs right now.
Section 3. Jobs most at risk.
You might instinctively think physical, manual labor would be the very first thing to be automated, but the reality is kind of counterintuitive. It's the digital space that's under the most immediate pressure, and this brilliantly illustrates that divide. Repetitive digital roles, things like customer support, data entry, copywriting, basic design work, and even some programming, they're highly vulnerable right now. Meanwhile, surviving physical jobs, like plumbers, they might stick around much longer. Because as it turns out, teaching a robot to navigate a flooded basement and physically replace a pipe is exponentially harder than training a software model to process some data on a screen.
Section 4. The new AI economy.
Because the office is changing so incredibly fast, economists are basically split into two distinct camps here. On side A, optimists argue AI will act a lot like the internet boom, ultimately creating incredible new opportunities and entirely new industries. But on side B, skeptics warn that this transition is simply happening way too fast, much faster than workers can actually retrain. What we're entering is an economy where those who know how to leverage AI will totally thrive, while those who don't are going to struggle to keep up.
Section 5. The inequality threat.
When we zoom out completely, the source material highlights a really profound societal concern. The biggest fear isn't just losing jobs, it's inequality. So the crucial point is that the genuine threat here is AI becoming a massive wealth multiplier strictly for the top. Think about it. The richest companies become even richer and hyper-efficient, while everyday workers face the devastating loss of a stable, predictable income. If those predictable incomes start to evaporate, the entire economy could literally change forever. We are standing at a historic crossroads right now. AI could either become humanity's greatest tool for solving complex problems, or, on the flip side, it could trigger one of the most painful economic disruptions in modern history. Which leaves us with one final, really profound question to think about. Are we actually prepared for what's coming next? Will AI help humanity or replace it?